From hugs being forbidden to masks becoming the norm, there's no doubt that the COVID-19 pandemic has indelibly changed our lives. And one of the country's most renowned photographers has been documenting how society has been altered in these challenging times with the help of thousands of Canadians and the power of social media.
It all started with when I was looking at photos from the Spanish flu. This pandemic hit, all my events, celebrities, everything, Toronto Film Festival, all canceled. I thought it's so important to document the historical value of this pandemic.
George Pimentel began what is now the Canada COVID Portrait Project by photographing scenes of pandemic life back in March and says it's been an emotional experience.
For 6 months, I've been roaming the streets with one camera and just hearing people's stories. Just last week, I was doing a series on COVID survivors. To hear people's stories about how they survived COVID and they came very close to death just really touches my heart.
George says he soon began to feel it was vital to collect images and glimpses of how people are coping with COVID through multiple lenses across the country.
I had this idea of using social media as a hub, and I wanted everyone in Canada. You didn't have to be a professional to submit their photos. We wanted to hear people's stories. We wanted to hear what they were going through in this COVID experience.
People from all over Canada submitted over 5,000 images via Instagram using the hashtag Canada COVID Portrait.
There's so many chapters to this. There's the frontliners, there's the businesses, how they've been affected, all the communities, family. Each photo tells a story that has the diversity of Canada, from West Coast to East Coast. There's photos from Indigenous and Black Lives Matter.
Some of those photos are now part of a massive outdoor exhibit at Toronto's Harbourfront Centre called Portraits in COVID Times, designed for people to experience in a COVID-safe way.
There's no events going on inside. And we felt like the only way to do it is to do it outdoors. And the best way to do it is to bring it out to the community. You could see the exhibit from the streetcar while you're riding your bike, while you're walking down here.
This was a moment to do something that was really impactful and large scale. So we just said, let's take over all the windows. This is the first time in our main building that we've actually taken over the entire facade, all 3 floors.
Even with the entire facade covered, there are still many stories left to tell. Part 2 of the exhibit will feature color images and can be seen next week along Queen's Quay by Reese Street in Toronto. George hopes the images will help people find common ground during what has been a divisive time.
When they come down, they're going to see maybe they can relate to this. The most important thing is maybe they can learn from this and just see how the other side live and really kind of be sensitive to the issues. And let's all be kinder. It's COVID.
Now, the project isn't over yet. You can still submit your photographs by using hashtag Canada COVID Portrait on Instagram. And for more on the project and to see some of the photographs, you can go to our website, citynews.ca. For City News, I'm Dilshad Burman.